I think that's it. Hello, welcome to Xero Uncut. I'm Xero.
Yo, and I'm Bobby. What is up?
We are back again after another week.
2 weeks in a row, and yeah.
We're back on a streak.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's going to be broken soon. But anyway.
Probably again, might as well start off then with our AEW review then for tonight then. So, Bobby,
yours. For all you AEW fans like Xero out there.
Absolutely not.
So we got 3 interviews we're doing tonight. We'll hear from John Moxley. I assume that's to set up the Hangman Adam Page thing. I don't know when that match is coming, but next week is Winter is Coming. So I don't know. I don't know when that match is coming or if they're going to save it to the new year. No idea. But then we have a Jamie Hayter interview with Tony Schiavone because that's Britt's interview guy, you know. And then we'll hear from Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Now, Xero, did you see what he trademarked?
No, I didn't know. What has he trademarked?
He trademarked the term Reign of Terror.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to get interesting with his reign. I like it. I'm all for MJF holding that belt as long as possible. But on the match side of things, we have Jake Hager and Daniel Garcia versus Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. That's for Final Battle on Saturday because I believe I believe Garcia and Yuta are fighting. And Claudio is fighting Jericho. Now, obviously, this goes one way or another. If Garcia and Hager win, Wheeler and Claudio are winning Saturday. If Wheeler and Claudio win, which I'm leaning towards they do, they'll be losing Saturday. That's always how it goes. So, because Garcia just won that belt, I don't see him losing it. And I don't see Jericho losing that belt until they get a deal. So, another match, we have Jade Cargill and the Baddies, Red Velvet and Layla Gray versus Madison Rayne, Sky Blue, and Kiera Hogan. That's a lot of blue. Jade is currently feuding with Bow Wow, the rapper.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm all for celebrities in wrestling, but Jade can't fight Bow Wow, so it's like, unless they're doing the tag match, they have to be. But what's it gonna? Jade and Tony Nese versus Bow Wow and Kiera Hogan? I don't know. That's my best guess. But next we have the Dynamite. The Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal. So far, we have some entrants confirmed: Ethan Page, Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, Sean Dean, Matt Hardy, Jungle Boy, Dalton Castle. That's all I see on my end. There could have been more.
Jobbers Battle Royale. Jobbers.
Okay, this was published today, so I guess that's the updated thing. Give it to Ethan Page. Jungle Boy's not heel. Give it to Ethan Page. I feel like he needs something. I like Ethan Page a lot. He deserves better. Starks is getting his title shot next week at Winter is Coming, so does he really need to lose to MJF twice? No. Oh, but wait, the winner goes on. No. Okay, the winner just gets the ring. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I don't know. Maybe Starks gets this win just to lose. I don't know. Next, we have the Acclaimed defending their belts against FTR tonight. Now, I thought they would hold off on this match a little, but the Acclaimed ain't losing these belts anytime soon.
Yeah, but have you not seen the thing recently about FTR? There's been a lot of criticism. Yeah.
Oh, what? Because they're done in April?
No, because Tony's not using them. There's been a lot of complaints towards AEW because Tony's not been using them, so he's trying to now fit them in for as many matches as physically possible because he hasn't been using them apparently, and people have been complaining about it.
I mean, you can't blame the Acclaimed for Tony Khan's lack of booking STR. The Acclaimed, I believe, they haven't even hit 3 months with these belts yet. They won them end of September. Yeah.
So no, obviously, they probably are keeping them on. Just obviously saying
you can't blame the Acclaimed for that. And then I believe this will be the main event, or maybe the Battle Royal will. We have Samoa Joe defending the TNT Championship versus Darby Allin. Now, that's an interesting one. It kind of came out of left field, if you ask me. I mean, Darby will make it Samoa Joe look like a monster, so that's good. And they are in Cedar Park, Texas tonight. They're going through the Texas Loop. Just 1 week away from Winter is Coming. Yeah.
Wow.
This is the slow part of the year for all wrestling.
It's horrendous at the moment.
Raw and SmackDown are going to be taping shows soon. NXT's last live show is next Tuesday. It's the slow part of the year. Nobody's really building anything, and rightfully so. I mean, I can't say I blame any promotion for slowing it down, because you got the holidays, you got everything, and it's just like, you just got to wait till the new year. You just got to wait till the new year for this one. But
I know all spoilers anyway for any shows we'll put on to Xero on the website. Any spoilers we get through, I'll post on to there. So if anyone does want to see them.
Next week for NXT is live, and then they're taping 2 weeks worth of content, I believe, the next night.
Yeah, but what they're doing is the next live one will be the 6th of January.
Yeah. So the 20th and the 27th will be taped.
Yeah.
And then they'll be back January 2nd. No, January 3rd. January 3rd.
Does it? Yeah.
Sorry. I got my dates mixed up. They'll be back January 3rd. Raw is doing a double taping for the 19th and the 26th, I believe.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Or they're just doing a best of show.
They're still. This is the thing. I was asking about this earlier on. Actually, they're still deciding. They're actually still deciding.
The 26th is not going to be live one way or another. That's for sure. Whether we get an episode of Raw, a best of the year. Now, that's SmackDown that week. I believe that's the 30th. Is that live?
That's live, yeah. That's a live one because they're using that one as a day one. So it's like it's to sort of replace the day one pay-per-view. So that one will be live.
Yeah.
So
SmackDown will be live on the 30th, but they will not be live on the 23rd, I believe, right?
They might actually be. I'm not sure whether SmackDown's actually taping or not. I think it's just Raw taping.
Let me quickly.
I haven't been told about any SmackDown tapings. I'm sure it was just Raw tapings, Raw and NXT tapings that I've seen. What I've been told.
This is how we do Xero News. People.
Yeah,
we come in hot, and we get answers live on the air.
And this is why it's uncut, because it's literally we don't prepare.
All right, SmackDown, December 23rd, 2022. I mean, they're not even selling tickets for it.
Oh, if they're not, then it's probably.
Let me see. This is okay. WWE announces the rest of their schedule for 2023. Monday, December 19th, Raw, Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines, Iowa. Monday, December 26th, WWE Live Holiday Tour.
Yeah.
So
it's a live event at the moment, so that's going to be like a house show. But that one could potentially. This is the one which they're discussing. See, this is why they're saying they may air it because it's from New York. They may air it live, but there's also been talks as well, and this is actually an exclusive. Here is basically there is talks of potentially on that holiday show of doing. Do you remember a couple of years ago when they done that special show where they went to two different locations? They were shooting between the two different locations throughout the show.
Oh, Raw 25.
That was it. Yeah. There's talks at the moment. They're having a discussion of maybe doing that and doing they're going to have the live event being aired potentially on the 26th of the house show, and then also they're talking about maybe doing a best of from Stamford. So it'd be kind of both. So they're gonna shoot between Stamford and the house show. So you won't see all the matches from the house show. It will just be sort of like it'll be a best of, and then like a couple of matches in between, and maybe a couple of in-ring segments and that from between as well. And that's why they're selling tickets to it.
That's not a bad idea. But there's no show listed for December 23rd on this site.
Okay.
And this is your boys' site, Fightful. So
yeah. Well, hang on, let me just have a look. Because there's not.
Yeah, I don't see anything. So they must be doing a double taping on the 16th. I mean, good. Give them off. It's the night before Christmas Eve.
Well, the night they've got a Raw here for the 19th. Yeah, Raw 19th is got now from Wells Fargo. Yeah,
the Raw 19th. But I think
December 19th.
and that best of will be taped well in advance, of course.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah. Actually, SmackDown might be pre-filmed actually because they've got December the 16th is a SmackDown from Allstate Arena.
Yeah.
And there's nothing then until the
December 30th.
Yeah, until the 30th. So there won't be
Tampa, Florida.
So yes, that's then where.
Oh, that's actually good. They're doing it smart. They're because most of the talent lives in Florida.
Yeah.
So they're making it easy for them to get home December 30th because the next day is New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
That's smart. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But most of the shows are taped. And rightfully so, I have no problem with that. But still,
Yeah, Christmas and that. So so they deserve it. Christmas, New Year's and that, have it all off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with them. If it makes it easier, these guys go through crazy things throughout the year. So it's like if you want to give them a break, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But all right, that is my AEW preview. That is my spiel on the schedule for the rest of the year. I believe you have Raw.
Yes, I do. Yes. So then, Raw this week, it opened up with the Usos coming out doing their classic "We the Ones" thing. It's them sticking their hands up. Everyone except from Solo. Now, everyone's been saying this, and I will bring this one in. Do we believe it's actually going to be Solo who's going to cost Roman when it comes to Roman losing the belts? Because it looks to be that Solo, isn't joining in with the Usos and stuff. So where we all think it's Sammy, is it going to be Solo instead? That's the thing. Because there's been quite a lot of it recently.
Now,
no, you don't think so?
And if I'm wrong, I'm going to get chastised, but that's okay. I think Solo's there to be the silent enforcer, the guy who beats people up, and that's okay. He doesn't partake in the nonsense. He's not a comedy guy. I don't think they're trying anything. I think he's just being business.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, yes, and then so the Usos, like I said, were in the ring. They come out and they start talking about how they took out Elias before the show. So the planned Matt Riddle and Elias match was off, apparently, for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. Now, Matt Riddle actually comes out and says, no. Matt Riddle then comes out, says, nope, actually, I've got a partner for you. The match is on. Bang, KO comes out. Off we go. KO and Riddle versus the Usos. Of course, the Usos win. They're not dropping them belts yet because there's going to be a presentation soon from Roman giving them brand new belts, basically. So that's going to be that.
Did Ringside confirm this?
Don't say about that. What about the new belts?
Did Ringside? I'm waiting on them. Until they confirm it, I won't.
I don't need them to confirm it when the actual belt maker's confirmed it himself. No, actually, whilst I'm on that subject, I will bring this one up because somebody asked me the other day, and I did say I'll address it once I got answers. For the moment, it's one set of tag team belts because they've asked me whether it's going to be one for Raw and one for SmackDown. But for the minute, the presentation is just going to be one set of undisputed tag team belts. That's the current direction until the Usos drop those belts, and then when the Usos drop the belts, then they may bring in another set of tag team belts afterwards, basically, for the other brand, for whichever one the tag team champions don't get rostered to, basically, in the draft. So that's that one there. Right, and then we had during the show as well then, so we had, sorry, my screen just closed down on me. Right, so we also had then during that as well, we had a number one contenders match of Alexa. Oh no, that was the main event. Sorry, I've got this one the wrong way around. I'll just go down my list of what I've got here. So I've got Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley had a bit of a brawl. Basically, they all had a confrontation in that. Well, they both had a confrontation in the ring and stuff. Just because of the match that's going on, where it's number one contenders for the United States Championship to face your boy Austin Theory. Talk about Austin Theory on the show as well. We also had Theory versus Mustafa Ali.
I saw this one.
Yeah, Theory did defeat Mustafa Ali via disqualification, though. So yeah,
And
it was that
Theory
one.
landed on his head too. So
yeah, he did. Yeah. We also then had the OC facing off against the Alpha Academy and Baron Corbin. That was after a poker game went wrong.
I heard
of course. Yeah.
No, I didn't watch Raw. Oh, sorry. Just to chime in. Usually in December, I don't really watch wrestling because it's so slow, and I usually come back in the new year. But this poker game, I heard, went terribly wrong for some people.
Yeah, did you?
And went terribly right for some people.
Yep. And then, again, because of the poker game as well, we also had ended up being Dominic Mysterio against Akira Tozawa, and of course Dominic beat Akira Tozawa. Glorified jobber there, isn't it, in Akira Tozawa. What else did we have on? We also had on the 2 triple threat matches for the women's side of it. So we had Bayley versus Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. Now, just before that as well, we also had Ripley and Becky Lynch face to face. Everyone believes now that that's going to be a match coming up soon. I'm guessing it probably is. We're probably going to have a confrontation at some point between Rhea and Becky before Becky heads off to SmackDown in the draft. So that'll be that. Obviously, Bayley won that one. So she goes on to next week now, where she will face Alexa Bliss, who won the other one. And that match from Alexa versus Becky versus Nikki, basically. They'll go on to that one to determine Bianca's opponent for, well, they haven't said when it's going to be yet. I truly believe it's going to be for the New Year's shows, because I don't think they're going to stretch that one out to the Rumble. Not for that one. So yeah, I truly believe
January 2nd.
Yeah. Which who do you think is going to get that one then, out of Bayley or Alexa? Which one do you think is going to face Bianca whenever they do it? Who do you think winning it basically next week?
I mean, I don't think you can do Bianca Bayley again.
No,
I don't. That's my thinking. I mean, have we seen Bliss versus Belair 1-on-1? I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
I know they were in the Rumble together. I know Bianca eliminated Bliss in 2020. I was there, but I don't remember ever seeing a 1-on-1 between the two because
I can't remember that even though
they were. Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So I mean, why not do Bliss versus Belair, the first show of the New Year's?
Yeah, may as well. Yeah, so that's that one. That was basically Raw. Basically not a lot else happened on Raw. Like I said, we've got the number one contenders match next week. We've also got then Bayley versus Bianca next week. We've also as well got a continuation feud from before she got injured.
Wait, Bayley versus Bianca next week.
No, not Bayley versus Bianca. Sorry, Bayley versus Alexa next week. So that was my fault. That was my fault. No. Bayley versus Alexa next week for it. We've also got Candice versus Io Sky next week as a continuation on from their feud before Candice got injured. Got that one. Obviously, Seth versus Bobby for the number one contenders match for the US Championship. WWE also announced afterwards as well that this Friday now, we've now got the Usos versus Sheamus and Butch. It was meant to be Sheamus and Drew, but Drew is out for a undisclosed reason. COVID.
medically disqualified.
COVID.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Why won't they just say he has it? What's wrong with that?
Don't know. I don't. Anyone listening as well, I do just want to say that's just my assumption. That's not proven thingy before people turn around and say, "Oh, but Xero said it is COVID." I'm like, no.
But they did say he would be back in a few weeks. So I mean, that doesn't take a few weeks unless they told him, "Listen, you've been working through a lot.
Yeah, just
come back after Christmas." Yeah. I mean, that's possible because I mean, he worked through food poisoning.
Yeah,
with Cross.
He might even be back next week. It depends sort of like what he's got. If it is COVID, then obviously that's only a 7-day thingy, isn't it? So that's
if it's that, he'll be back next Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, but if it's Fightful said it's a little injury, it's not expected to be serious. But I mean, maybe they just said give him time off. I don't know. But what was it? He had food poisoning against Cross.
Yeah, and he worked for it.
He had the flu against Cross. Man, Cross is just bringing people down.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's Cross.
Yeah, Cross. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he works through anything really, and he did say, "I don't like missing shows," and I know he doesn't because that schedule he was on for a while at one point was absolutely nuts. He's a company guy, so.
Wow.
But stuff happens.
I think it's something to do with his back from where he's been carrying the company for all this time whilst we've had no champion. You know.
Yeah. Xero scared me with that one in our chat. He's like, "Oh, it's his nagging back injury." I'm like, "Wait, he actually has a back injury?" And then I was like, "Wait, are you saying it's because he's carrying the company?" And Xero just goes, "Yep." I'm like, "All right." Like, don't scare me like that.
No, he legit does actually have something wrong with his back. He's announced it before, but it also is as well for the minute. McIntyre, yeah, he's announced it before.
Doesn't he have something with his neck too? Because he injured his neck last year.
I think so, yeah. But I think the neck and the back thing's connected. It could be obviously that because don't forget they are all sort of connected, aren't they? So we're not going to go. We won't go down medical routes here.
Yeah, here's the thing about McIntyre. If he has to skip this tag match to be healthy for the Rumble and the road to WrestleMania, so be it. I'm all for it.
Yeah, they must have something big planned for him.
Yeah, I'd rather him take off now, get whatever it is situated, and then be healthy on the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's an easy choice.
Yeah,
and especially with shows being taped and he's just doing live events, maybe. Yeah. They said he'll be back by Christmas. Meltzer and Fightful said the same thing. So,
yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, so that's good. Well, so that's Raw basically done then. There's nothing else really from Raw. That was it really. So
NXT. All right, so we start. This is the go home show for Deadline. Deadline is Saturday night, 8. Wherever you are in the world, 8 p.m. Eastern. Now 7 p.m. Central, 5 West, 1 a.m. English time. Am I correct?
That is correct, yeah.
All righty, I'm getting better. So yeah, you know what time it starts where you are in the world. We had the first of triple threat matches. We had Axiom versus Von Wagner versus Andre Chase. Now, you could have told me Axiom was winning, and I wouldn't have believed you. I thought that Von Wagner pinning Andre Chase. Now, I said on last week's show, I coughed and did the Von Wagner thing. I was wrong.
I think we all were wrong. None of us expected
wrong.
Axiom. No, I expect Axiom's probably a pin.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of pins though. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there isn't there. Yeah, actually, think about it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it was one pin, okay. But Axiom pinned Von Wagner of all people. I thought it was going to be Von Wagner pinning Axiom or Andre Chase. I didn't think Wagner would be involved at all. But Axiom, for whatever reason, is the fifth man. Hey, why not?
Yeah.
He's not winning the Iron Survivor. We'll get into predictions soon.
Yeah.
But Duke Hudson was at ringside. Thea Hale, they hype him up. Andre Chase, man, the guy's so over with the crowd. I love him. He'd be great. He'd be great on the main roster, but the match ended with Chase goes to the top rope, hits a crossbody to Vaughn, but Chase ends up on the floor, and the momentum appears. Axiom comes from out of nowhere and super kicks Vaughn in the head for the win, for the pin to win. Where do you go with Von Wagner from here? I mean, he's done. I don't know. Axiom was the winner. Axiom stands tall. So next we get a Cora Jade promo to hype the Women's Iron Survivor. Cora Jade's always great. Then we have the Creed brothers, Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley are backstage. A trainer is checking out Julius Creed. Then sees he's medically cleared to compete. So that's good. Then this one's a little odd. NXT champion Braun Breaker is going fishing. We'll come back to that. We're on it. Braun and I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Braun and Apollo, Braun and Apollo Crews go fishing because they went out to breakfast last week. It's just I don't know why they're doing it.
It's just random segments. It's fishing.
Yeah, I know. It's just so out of left field. It's hilarious. No. I mean, they've been getting more funny with their segments because I don't know if we ever mentioned this. No, because we were on a hiatus. Xero wouldn't pay me my new money for my contract, so I had a 6-week layoff. I got it.
He's still not been paid either. I'll let
Dominic Mysterio attacking. Yeah, apparently the Venmo's pending. I don't know how that works, but I digress. When Dominic attacked Ray at Ray's house, you saw that, right? With Rhea.
Oh, yeah. That was
Hello? Yeah. Did you see the reason why he did it?
No, I didn't know. What was it?
So they interviewed Dom. He said, "Man, Ray had his Christmas tree up before December 1st. I had to teach him a lesson." Like, what? I started laughing so hard at that. I'm like, you could have, like, of all the reasons, I'm like, okay, that's funny. Like, I'd rather you do that than just be like, I had to show him respect. But he's just like, nah, the Christmas tree was up too early. And I'm like, what?
Oh,
anyway, next we have Bryson Montana versus Javier Bernal.
Yeah.
Okay, you might have to fill me in on this one because it doesn't say the winner.
What's this one? Which one?
Bryson Montana versus Javier Bernal. I'm assuming Bernal will win because I don't know who Bryson Montana is. Yeah, apparently this site doesn't remember it either. Wait.
Hang on.
Sangha suddenly attacked. Oh.
Yeah, that was why. Yeah, Sangha when that came out. Yeah, I remember. Okay. Actually, now you said that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what. Okay, Sol Ruka is doing a TikTok video. I don't know what's going on. To be completely honest. Next we have Zion Quinn versus Tony D'Angelo. Welcome back, Tony D'Angelo. Looks good to go. D'Angelo wins with the Uranagi, as he should. After the match, we go to replays. Tony took the mic. He said, "Look who's back." Fans pop, talk smack, and Stacks. Tony and Stacks talk about how Tony has no ring rust. He says he's gained new revenue and new connections during physical therapy. That should be great. He goes on about the dawn of NXT and says he was on his way to becoming North American champion, which I truly believe he was. And he calls out Wesley. So, I mean, in due time, he could be the next North American champion.
I can see that.
It also could be Dijak.
Yeah.
It also could be Grayson Waller. There's a lot of options right now, folks.
Yeah.
Next, we had Hank Walker versus Charlie Dempsey. Charlie Dempsey wins with submission, and Drew Gulak is his coach. Out of left field, but it's not the most out of left field thing we have on NXT, people. Get ready.
But just before you say that, but you know why Charlie Dempsey's getting a lot of wins at the moment, don't you?
Well, because his father's coming back.
Yeah.
Breaking news: Regal's coming back in 2024. 2023. Jeez.
Yeah,
jumping.
2023. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll leave it back.
Charlie Dempsey won by submission. Gulak is his coach for whatever reason. Next, we see Pretty Deadly is dressed up for Christmas. I feel like they could have gotten away with this on the December 20th taped show, but we know now why they did it tonight. Back from break, Grayson Waller is backstage with Mackenzie Mitchell. She asks him about the Grayson Waller effect. That is on tonight's show. Waller laughs. Last night's show. Sorry.
Yeah.
He will use tonight's main event segment to get in the heads of everybody else, All right, we are back in the ring. NXT Tag Team Champions, Pretty Deadly. Kit Wilson is dressed as Santa Claus. Elton Prince is dressed as an elf. Prince sits on Wilson's lap, and they begin to read a version of the Christmas story. Oh, boy. Pretty Deadly mentions how no one in NXT has been able to match them blow for blow in the ring. They've asked Santa for competition in a letter, but Santa isn't stupid. He knows no one's better. They go on to mention how they will never, ever, that's what it says in the article, not doing that, lose. 2023 will be the same as 2022. Pretty Deadly's year. They wish everyone a Merry Christmas, then hug in the middle of the ring. Then the music interrupts. Now, before I say who this is, you could have given me 10 guesses on tag teams, and I would have never, ever guessed this. The New Day are on NXT. Now, I believe that's their first time on NXT?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, because Kofi and Woods were never NXT. Yeah. New Day come out to a big pop. They say the story was great. Yeah, but they want to hear a story about who Pretty Deadly will defend against Saturday at Deadline. And we get that match officially made.
Yeah.
The New Day versus Pretty Deadly for the NXT Tag Titles. Now, I'll say this again. I wouldn't have had that on my 2022 bingo card.
No.
I really wouldn't have. But, I mean, hey, good on them. At least New Day is doing something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, it's not ideal. But, I mean, if the Usos are going to have those belts for a while, why not send them to NXT?
Wow.
Next we have...
Just before you carry on, I was cracking a joke about this last night, actually. I said, I can seriously see the New Day winning this, getting the belts, obviously, off Pretty Deadly, then the Usos coming down and taking those belts off them as well. So then they've got a third set of belts, because that's what's going to happen is the Usos just going to go down.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
I'm seriously expecting Roman to show up on NXT at one point and take Braun Breaker's belt off of him or something, just so he's like all them. So, but, yeah.
Now, we'll get into predictions. Next, we do a promo for Isla Dawn, not Isla Dawn. I thought it was Isla Dawn at first. She's sitting at a Ouija board. I almost said I'm not a big fan of hers. I'm not totally caught up on her, so I guess I'll see her for the first time Saturday. I never watched NXT UK, but her and Alba have a similar character, it seems.
She's. I've only seen her once or twice in NXT UK in that, and she's all right. Like Isla's she's more sort of spooky wise, and like what you said with the Ouija boards and stuff like that. That's sort of what she's trying to do with Alba. See, Alba at the moment is all fire and stuff and baseball bats. That's what she enjoys.
Okay. Well, next we have I'm sorry. Yeah, we have Javier Bernal. He's looking over his shoulder, scared of Indusher. Who is this that came? And he's scared. Bernal says he's scared of nothing. Eichmann Jiro is back. I haven't seen him in Lord knows how long. So it seems like that's the next feud. Next, we have Isla Dawn versus Thea Hale. Obviously, Isla Dawn wins while she's eyeing down Chase U student section. Creepy. And then we have that match made official. Alba Dawn. Alba Fire versus Isla Dawn. That's weird to say. Okay. Next we have Kiana James hyping the Iron Survivor. Hint, she's not going to win. Then we have Briggs and Jensen versus Anathe and Blade. Winners are Briggs and Jensen. Not much to that match. Then we have the women's triple threat Iron Survivor. Now, I kind of called this last week, but Indy Hartwell wins. I believe she pinned Henley, so that makes sense. Could Indy lose to Mandy on her way out? Possibly. Is Indy a heel, yes or no?
A tweener.
Or is she turning face for this possible feud?
Yeah,
okay.
she's a tweener, really. She's doing both. I wouldn't really say she's fully heel and she's not really fully face. So yeah, kind of tweener, really.
Okay. All right. After the match, Hartwell stands tall as the music hits. We got to replay his indie poses. She's the last woman in the Iron Survivor. Now that was the last match of the night. We see the Grayson Waller effect. That's coming back from break. We see Toxic Attraction in a Toxic Lounge. They are going to Deadline to see the new number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship. I guess Mandy is not fighting Saturday.
No.
Indy storms in. She says she's fired up, so they're teasing that. I guess that could be the match. Then we go back to the ring. Grayson Waller effect. He's joined by all the competitors: Axiom, Joe Gacy, JD McDonough, Carmelo Hayes. Obviously, as these things do, a fight breaks out. They all say they're going to win. Hayes and Axiom brawl. Gacy and McDonough brawl. Waller takes them out by jumping over the ring and landing it clear. And then that's how the show ends. To head into Saturday, NXT Deadline.
Yeah, which is
should be an interesting pay-per-view. I'm kind of I'm not totally into this pay-per-view, but the Iron Survivor, of course, is very exciting.
I think it's going to roughly be a filler pay-per-view, really, for it. I mean, yeah, it'd be a filler pay-per-view, and it's just literally just to make sure there's a pay-per-view on in December, really, for the company, because obviously no TLC now or anything. So, yeah.
This kind of reminds me of Survivor Series. You got the two big matches, and then the other three are like, okay. It's like it's hit or miss. Well, I mean, New Day is on NXT. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
really, so yeah, it's only 5 matches, so it's going to be a short one. So yeah,
I'm cool. I'm cool with it. And smart booking to do it this weekend instead of next, because there is no college football this weekend besides a game on at 2:00 Eastern. I'm sorry, 3:00 Eastern.
Yeah, and don't forget it also as well. It's on after Ring of Honor, isn't it, this weekend? Because of course you've got Ring of Honor.
For the most part. Maybe they'll collide a little, maybe, but that's about it. You want to do predictions for Deadline on Saturday? This is the last review of the year, people.
Yeah. So we might as well start off then. So we've got the Iron Survivor men's one, obviously, which we've got, which is.
Do you want to save that for last?
Actually, we'll save that one for last. Actually, so let's do
the two Iron Survivors for Matt.
Right. So actually then, okay. Then, so we'll start off then with this for the NXT Championship match. Then, so we've got Braun Breaker versus Apollo Crews for that one. So
Braun Breaker. I mean,
that one,
I wonder what they'll do next week. They will go bowling.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, a Crews is not taking this belt. I mean,
romantic meal together.
Yeah, they're going to be getting ice cream together. You know?
Yeah, that'd be good. I think Alba Fire versus Isla Dawn. Your favorite two people. Obviously, you can't say. You can't get confused.
Yeah,
so.
I can't get their names right. I mean, this is Isla's only second match on NXT.
Yeah,
I don't see her losing.
Yeah, I personally see Isla maybe Isla potentially putting over Alba. I'll say that again. Isla winning.
You got a case of the Bobbies. I like it.
So I can see, I can see Ola winning, because of course it'll be our first pay-per-view match, and then possibly maybe even Elba getting called up. Possibly,
that's always a possibility for sure.
She loses it and then gets called up in that, and we see her maybe then leaving and off TV then until the Rumble, say, and then she then comes up in the Rumble, or maybe just before the Rumble.
That would be cool. So, I'd be cool with that. But I hope they go back to her regular name. Will they?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe, because obviously when they came up from NXT UK, a lot of them lost their original names because of like the copyright stuff like that, and because they were using that name on the indies and stuff. So, I mean, it could be possible. It just obviously depends whether what WWE decides to do with it, really, on that.
Yeah.
But,
okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, Isla Dawn, it's her first pay-per-view match. It's only her second match on NXT. Can't have her lose yet.
Then of course we've got...
next is Pretty Deadly versus The New Day.
Yeah.
Again, couldn't have seen this one coming for the NXT tag titles. Who you got, Xero?
Well, this is what's making me think. Do they put the belts on the New Day, like when they put the of course they put the NXT Championship on Dolph Ziggler for a little bit, just to elevate them? Because then potentially, if you think about it, they could take the NXT Tag Team Championship belts to Raw and SmackDown just to try and get the numbers up for NXT again. To try and promote them and stuff. Go on, defend them on the main roster for a little bit. Try and do it that way, just to try and elevate it up. That's my personal thoughts anyway. Is that I know Pretty Deadly haven't had them that long, but it would freshen it up in that, and obviously having New Day sort of win, that would be a shock victory thing, something that we wouldn't expect. And obviously, even as Stephanie McMahon said this past week, is Triple H is doing a lot of things which is very unpredictable. It's things that we cannot predict, and things that that the company, that you would think one thing and then it's going to be something completely different. So my thought on that one is going to be the New Day for that one. I don't know what you think.
I'm going opposite here. We should start keeping track of the pay-per-views. Who has the most right?
Yeah, we should do.
I mean, we could always go back and listen. But I mean, well, for now, we have Braun, we have Isla. I'm going Pretty Deadly because, one, I saw did the New Day lift the tag belts in the air?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Curse. That's always a curse.
Yeah.
And Triple H likes Pretty Deadly. This would be a huge win for Pretty Deadly.
Yeah, beating the New Day, yeah.
I'm going Pretty Deadly, but I could see them putting it on the New Day. I really could. Yeah. I'm not ruling out a New Day win. I'm just leaning Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is the Women's Iron Survivor. We have Zoe Stark versus Cora Jade versus Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James versus Indy Hartwell. Who you guys, Xero?
Well, kind of what you were saying earlier. Maybe Indy, basically. Maybe Indy wins it, goes on to face Mandy at because don't forget as well, we've got New Year's Evil coming up, haven't we? So they could probably put the match on then.
Yeah, that's the main event for New Year's Evil. Yeah, that's probably why they aren't having Mandy. Okay. I'm gonna go Indy. I'm gonna go Indy as well, just because they're teasing Indy Mandy, and that match hasn't happened yet. And they're not teasing it just for nothing. So I'm gonna go Indy on that one.
Yeah.
Now this is the interesting one.
Yeah.
Men's Iron Survivor Challenge. Carmelo Hayes versus JD McDonough versus Grayson Waller versus Joe Gacy versus Axiom.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Well, I can't see Hayes winning yet because I do believe that they're holding Hayes off until the Mania weekend. NXT pay-per-view then. So if anything, I reckon maybe Waller, or because they've already done JD McDonough, so they're not going to do that again. They might also just do it as, because obviously it would just be somebody for Braun to take out on New Year's Evil, so potentially over Waller
or Vengeance Day.
Yeah, Vengeance Day. Yeah.
I think this match, or the winner, whoever wins this match, will face Braun at Vengeance Day. That's my thinking.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So either Waller or Gacy. So it'd be somebody obviously on the way who Braun can obviously face and that on his way to Hayes and stuff. So it's going to be either Waller or Gacy for me. And I'm leaning more towards.
Yeah. So. Axiom's out. He's done for sure. McDonough out. Gacy, I'm going to say out just because he's had a match with Braun before. Now, it's been a while, granted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Braun beat him at in your house, I believe.
I can't remember that one.
I could be wrong on that. I could be. Wait, hold on. Let me look it up. Let me look it up real quick. I could be wrong on that one. I know he beat Braun though. I know he did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know Braun beat Gacy. NXT in your house 2022. Now, here's my prediction.
Yeah.
This is going to sound cliche. I'm going Waller.
Right.
For the same reason you are. I think Hayes, Braun at Stand and Deliver. But
yeah,
for whatever reason, if they want to do Braun and Carmelo at Vengeance Day, Carmelo wins this one, and then Braun versus Waller at Stand and Deliver. Now, I said this last week, and I'm sticking to it. Whoever doesn't win between Waller and Hayes is facing Braun at Stand and Deliver. That's for sure. That's whatever way you look at it, that's the money feud. And look at me. I was right. Stand and Deliver 2022. Braun Breaker defeated Joe Gacy for the NXT title. Yep.
Yeah, fair enough.
So my final pick, it's Waller.
Yeah.
But I could see them giving it to if they want to pull up Hayes for the Rumble. Or after Vengeance Day, whatever.
Yeah.
Because that's confirmed, right? Vengeance Day is February 4th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going Waller. Just, I think, I love Grayson Waller. I think him and Braun would have a great feud. But I think the bigger feud is Hayes Braun for Mania weekend, I think.
Yeah. That could also be when Braun gets dethroned as well. If we obviously, if they wanted to, they could potentially
I think Braun is not walking out of Mania weekend as champ, regardless. Who beats him? Could be Waller, could be Hayes, could be Joe Gacy. I don't know.
That way then as well, if you think about it, then they've then got Braun then available for the draft because then they could then draft him then which the week after Mania. So so that's
Now is the draft the day after Mania or
no? It's the week after. They're doing the Monday. The Monday after Raw is going to be a normal Raw, but
normal Raw after Mania with all
normal Raw after Mania, with like return surprises, stuff like that, basically in big matches. And then the Friday, I believe, is the draft. So it's going to be the Friday, and the Monday after is going to be the draft. So that's when they'll start it off on, because they always start it on a Friday now for some reason. So so obviously,
they do.
and it's going to be a full draft. It's not going to be like a superstar shakeup like what we've had in the past. It's going to be a full on draft basically. So
I'm cool with that.
Where teams in that can get split up and everything. So
So to confirm, we have all the same picks besides the men's tag team titles. So at least we're different on something. So one of us is going to win outright. Whoever wins between Pretty Deadly and New Day will win this one.
And then we'll discuss that next Tuesday. Next Wednesday. Why did I say Tuesday? Next Wednesday we'll discuss that one on the show.
Yeah, we'll do a review of Deadline for sure. I'm excited to see, because these Iron Survivor matches could be really great, but they also could be a train wreck.
Are you watching it this weekend, or are you
not live?
Not live, no. No, that's fine.
I'll probably watch the next day while I'm watching football.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well,
or before football. Yeah, just because I have my wrestling draft.
Yeah,
it's on them. I had this date booked for months, and they just want to them and ROH just want to try and steal my views. Okay.
Yeah,
It's not
Bobby
cool.
Bobby's trying to get me to fly away out to America just to go and stand there with him whilst he's doing his draft, and I've told him
I mean,
I'm
in
busy.
in my defense, he did promise if I did something for him, and then he went back on his promise about 5 seconds later after I got said thing for him.
Yes, so but
Yeah, so yeah, he forgot to mention that part. He's like, "Hey, if you get me this, I'll come to the draft." I got it for him, and then I was like, "Hey, you coming?" He goes, about that."
Nah, I'm busy now. Wash your hair.
Yeah. It was right away too. It wasn't even like a yes and then a no. It was like, I don't know about that one. I mean,
Yeah.
I told Xero we're drafting at this American restaurant called Hooters. There's a hotel right next to Hooters. He doesn't even have to go outside in this cold to get to the draft. All he's got to do is go through the lobby, cuts through the door, or if he is outside, he's outside for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, well, yeah,
And he comes to America to see me. What could be better?
Yeah, well, I'm busy that weekend. I'm busy this weekend.
I'm sure. Yeah. See, that weekend, he said he wasn't even prepared for what weekend. I could move the draft right now, and he'll be like, "No."
Yeah, no. It's any weekend you're doing it, I'm busy on. I'm afraid it's like
It was a funny story. Because we usually draft Saturday nights. So when I was picking the day, I originally did December 17th, but it didn't work for some people, so I pushed it to I did it December 10th. Everything worked fine. But at first, I just throw out jokes. I was like, how's December 24th feel, fellas? And now, obviously, for those of you that don't know, that's Christmas Eve. Where you spend time with your family. It's a holiday. Obviously, I would never do a draft on Christmas Eve. My family would kill me. But I just I just sent it out as serious as I could just to see their reaction. They were like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's wrong with the 24th? Y'all busy or something?"
Yeah.
They were like, "Yeah." I'm like, "With what?" Obviously, I would never do it. We used to draft after Christmas, but we figured it's better before Christmas now, so it's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, people were like, "You want to draft when?" And I'm like, "Yeah. What's better than spending Christmas Eve with me?"
Yeah.
And I won't say the responses because they weren't so nice. Friends are great, aren't they?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, that's it for Deadline. There's 5 matches. It's gonna be interesting. Now on to Final Battle picks.
You could do them. I don't even know what's going on with Final Battle. I'm not even...
Oh, so I win that competition. Actually, you know what? Can I look at the card? I just want to see because I don't know either. I really don't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go on then.
I'm gonna read it. But I have no. We're not doing picks or anything. I have no idea. Well, no. Okay, I know Jericho and Claudio, and I know Garcia and Wheeler. That's about all I know. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's 5 matches, same as Deadline.
Okay.
Jericho versus Claudio, Garcia versus Wheeler, Mercedes Martinez versus Athena. Okay, sorry. Mercedes Martinez versus Athena. They both have the personality of a wet sponge, so I don't really care. Samoa Joe versus Juice Robinson.
Yeah, that's Tony Storm's. That's Tony Storm's husband.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's Tony Storm's husband.
Okay. Now, yeah. Okay. And then we have Swerve in Our Glory, Swerve and Keith Lee versus Shane Taylor and JD Griffey. I don't know who those two are.
No idea at all. No idea. Random people. Random people in it.
Yeah. So, well, I'm looking at the Death Before Dishonor cards. I'm just looking for how many matches there were. Was this the Mania weekend show? No, July 23rd, 2022. There was on the main card, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches. There were 4 pre-show matches.
Typical AEW show.
Yeah,
that was long.
I'm looking at some of these results and wait, yeah, okay. So Dalton Castle and the boys are the Ring of Honor 6-man champs, so expect that match to be added. The main event was FTR beating the Briscoes in a 2 out of 3 falls match, which went 45 minutes pretty much. Jeez. And then, Supercard of Honor. This was the Mania weekend show. There was 4 pre-show matches again.
No surprise there.
We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 regular matches on the regular card. This was when all the Ring of Honor guys were losing to the AEW guys. I remember this.
Yeah.
Because Swerve defeated Alex Zane, Brian Cage defeated Ninja Mac, Jay Lethal defeated Lee Moriarty, Martinez beat Nightingale, FTR beat the Briscoes again. Minoru Suzuki I don't know who that is, defeated Rhett Titus. Wheeler Yuta defeated Josh Woods, and Gresham defeated Bandito. Xero will be live tweeting that show. He just doesn't know it yet.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If anything, we'll be live tweeting NXT. If anything, we'll be live tweeting NXT. We will not be live tweeting Ring of Honor. Absolutely no chance.
Garcia versus Yuta. Those are 2 good workers. And you do have Chris Jericho on there, Masked Singer legend. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this. If Jericho beats Claudio has to join the Jericho Appreciation Society. I see Jericho winning that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what the point of giving Claudio the belt back is. And that's it for Final Battle.
Fair enough.
NXT Deadline Saturday night. Should be an interesting show to say the least.
Should be, hopefully. Well, like I said, it'll be a short show, but it'll be a good show.
Yeah. Like I said, those Iron Survivor matches, they're either going to be really good or it's going to be a train wreck.
It's no in between. So I reckon they're going to be good because it's NXT at the end of the day. It's obviously Shawn Michaels running it and everything like that. So it's going to be good. So
from a talent standpoint, you have Okay, hold on. You've
got some good talent, obviously. In that.
Let me go back to NXT Deadline. I left that page. You have the women. You have your best women in there for the most part. Kiana James. I think she's. I think she's just filler for whoever was going to be in it, like Nikita. But for the men, you have some of your best guys in there.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I agree.
You can't get much better than that lineup.
No.
And Axiom, like I said, Axiom was out of left field for the win, but he's also very good. So McDonough's very good. Hayes is great. Waller's great. Gacy, for a man of his size, is really good. Yeah. So they're in good hands. I don't think they could have put together much better of a line. 9 out of 10 of those people are good, are the best they got for the most part.
Yeah, fair enough. So
yeah,
it seems right, doesn't it? But I won't be watching. Well, I'll be watching obviously NXT, but I won't be watching Final Battle or whatever.
He will be. He will.
No, I will not be.
He just doesn't know it. He just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, well, I won't be watching it all. So
it's on at 8. It's on at 8 p.m. his time. He has no excuse.
Is it? No, I'll be busy then.
It's starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, or 4 p.m. Eastern. One of the two.
Yeah, I'll be busy then. I'm afraid. 8 p.m. Specifically at 8 p.m. I'll be really busy, like unable to do like 1 a.m. in the morning my time. So
How unfortunate.
Yeah, I know. Really unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
But no, so that's all the shows in that covered. might as well cover a few other bits and pieces then for the minute. So obviously we've had the news then today of Regal and his contract. That's been that's a fun one. For anyone who doesn't know, whilst they're actually reading into this, whilst they're actually watching this, is Regal, obviously, as we've already said, has been released. Tony Khan went on to his media call today and said that Regal has been released, but there's been a condition added to his release to say that he cannot be an on-screen character for a year, basically. So he's not to be added on to that for a year, which is ridiculous if you're
I'm confused how that works.
Yeah, because if you've been released, you've been released and that. And I personally can just see Triple H just tell him, well, somebody pointed this one out earlier on. Triple H has already come and said it'd be great hearing Regal say War Games again for next year and that. And obviously that'll come before the year's up, and obviously having Regal on TV again and that as well. And Triple H has been teasing it, so I can just see Triple H just saying, you know what, Tony, he's been released. I've got him back. Fuck you, basically. Here's the, we're gonna have Regal on TV for it because I don't know how Tony control that.
Because how long left did he have on his deal, Regal?
Apparently it was till 2024, so that's what it was. So they released him. Well, this is the confusing bit because. Well, this is confusing bit.
Okay. Go on to your spiel and I'll do mine.
Yeah, well, so some places are only saying he only actually signed for a year, but in other places are saying it was 3 years, and in other places are saying it was the end of 2024. So, I'm a little bit confused because I mean the 2024 one does make sense, and if he's got no 1 year of being on screen or whatever, it could be 2024, but. Then we have the people like Meltzer and that, who's obviously paid by AEW to report everything. So Meltzer obviously knows when he's saying 3 years, and obviously that's the only time you sort of believe anything that Dave says on there is is when it comes to AEW. So obviously, I don't really know which one personally, and I don't really have any insiders into AEW at the moment, so I can't really answer that one. To be fair.
Here's my take on the thing. How if you release somebody, that's that for the most part.
Yeah, you've released them.
Maybe they have to wait 30 days, 90 days, but at most 90 days.
Yeah.
If you want to say 90, fine. But he released them. I don't know how he could keep him off TV for a year. And also, what was my other thing I was going to say? I don't know how that works.
I don't think it's possible, but I mean, he's obviously found a way, hasn't he? Or he's going to try and do something that way. So yeah.
I mean, if he signed till 2024, that makes sense because he can't be on screen for a year for all of 2023.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's if he's just released from his contract outright, that's it for William Regal and AEW. Well, in the new year, he'll be officially out, but he will be out. I just don't understand. I guess there's more to come.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we have no idea about that.
Yeah,
I mean, he wanted to. I'm happy Khan let him out because Regal did say he wanted to be with his son. Can't blame the man there. So at least Khan let him out to be a coach. At least they could have just said no.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we've had I don't know really. It's hopefully we might see him obviously in 2024. I mean, it's not really that much it's not really that much of a big deal, really, is it, for the minute? Because NXT's not really using on-screen authority figures, are they? They have HBK show sometimes, but really. So,
I mean, but I mean, if War Games is main roster now, he'll probably be the authority figure on the main roster.
Yeah, if anything, So that's not too bad. Well, that's that covered. Let's do. Some of the other things, then, there's been some reports of, and I can confirm these as well, of some big stars at the tryouts in Florida the past couple of days. We've that Vincent and Dutch from Ring of Honor, everyone was believing was part of Bray's faction, but obviously they're not. They were also at NXT last night as well. They were sat in the crowd at NXT last night. People took pictures of them. So that was that. We've also had Casey Navarro. Now, I've never heard of him. I don't know if you have or whatever, but I've been seeing a few people saying he's really good and stuff like that. I think he's from.
Oh wait, it's a guy.
Yeah, it's a guy. I think Casey Navarro.
Like KC. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant. Yeah. Okay. All right.
No,
I'm not really. No, I don't really know who that is. I think I've heard the name before, but no.
And Kaylee Ray as well from Impact and wherever else, and that obviously she appeared on AEW for a little bit.
Wait. Kaylee Ray.
Yeah, Kaylee Ray she was on Impact and she was on AEW for a little bit.
Kylie Ray?
Kylie Ray, that's it. That's my
WWE had a trial for her?
For her, yeah. Kylie Ray. So yeah, she was at the Performance Center yesterday having tryout. So yeah,
interesting. I'll give my take off screen on that one.
Just
because I don't want to get ripped apart for obvious reasons.
Obviously,
that one's interesting to say the least.
Yeah, we've had a couple of other things as well. That's obviously one other thing as well is CM Punk's obviously teasing. He's posting pictures of WWE whilst he's on his hiatus. Well, whilst he's on his hiatus and that.
I hope it's with his good arm.
Yeah, well, that's that one. That was that. He
ain't coming back. And if you want to screen record this, clip it. He ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Now I've said Cody Rhodes would never come back, and here we are. But I'm more confident on this one.
Yeah, with Punk. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it really. So that's that. What else is there? Oscar's teasing a persona change. She's teasing going back to her Kana phase, what she used to obviously do. Yeah, she's been teasing it. She's literally all over Twitter. She's been teasing it the past 24 hours basically, where she's been teasing to go back to her Kana persona, which she used on the Indies and Japan and stuff like that. Really, so that's so that's going to be pretty good. So maybe then so maybe after this, after I don't know, soon that she's going to go back to that. I obviously haven't personally heard anything yet on that one. That's it really. There's nothing really else. No sort of big news and stuff out really today, and that's really it. Obviously, we're still on for everything else that's going on. Obviously, we've got on our show coming up soon. There'll be an awards ceremony at the end of the year, which we're going to be doing. Which obviously people can still keep voting. That will also I'll be putting the top 4 of each section on the website, along with some as well unannounced ones, which I've been planning, and that I'll be adding in 4 from there, basically.
This is news to me. I did not know that one.
It is news to you, yeah. I've planned some other ones as well, which I haven't put out yet on Twitter, but I'm going to be putting them out on the website, just sneaking them in there in between, and then we'll award them basically.
Hey, we'll have fun. That's going to be a fun show to have. Just we pretty much go in with no plan. We just do these end of year review, and we never come in with a plan anyway. But this time we have an excuse.
It'd be in between the Christmas and New Year's period, so that'll be that one. Just keep an eye out on the website, everyone. They'll be going up next week at some point. Probably this weekend. Sunday, might do it Monday. I'll put that up on the website for that one, so people can start voting on that. So we've got them in time. Anything else that you want to bring up or anything?
No. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm one away from 115 subs.
Yep.
I got a video coming out tonight.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
In a half hour, actually.
Yeah. So we'll be.
Go watch that.
Yes, we'll be doing that one. That's it then, really. We'll see everyone next week. That's me done then. That's I believe that's Bobby done as well then. So that's us
See you in
done.
the next one.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and whatever else you want to do with it. Really, if you just want to use this and just send it around everyone, and just
Tell
do
your
whatever.
friends.
Really, tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Tell your family. And if you don't feel like doing that, well, good. Yeah, we can't make you do that. So.
Yeah. And we will see you in next week, where we will be discussing the results from Deadline and everything else like we normally do. So this is
Final battle.
No, we will not be discussing final battle.
I was hoping he wouldn't. I was hoping he wouldn't hear me. I was hoping he would cut it before he realized what I said.
No, right. Well, yep. So anyway, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
See you later.